To the 2025 session now. Tonight, lawmakers are debating a bill that would raise the minimum age to own most guns to 21.
Yeah, that bill would also implement a mandatory 72-hour waiting period for gun purchases, and it would ban most devices like bump stocks as well. Katu's Vasily Varlamos joins us live from Salem. And Vasily, some of these changes have been tried before, correct?
Yeah, Barry, a bill to change the minimum age to carry a gun to 21 failed to pass through the legislature in 2023. This new bill aims to make several changes to gun laws in Oregon all at once. Debate over a bill that would make significant changes to gun laws in Oregon. The amended bill would ban devices such as bump stocks, require a 72-hour waiting period for those purchasing a firearm, and raise the minimum age to possess a gun to 21. Joshua Friedline, a survivor of the 2015 Umpqua Community College shooting, says his experience put him face-to-face with the danger that firearms can produce, and he believes a change is needed now.
Despite the progress we've made in the last 10 years of legislation, Oregon is still has way too high rates of suicide by gun, of intimate partner violence, and guns are still far too easy to obtain by people who shouldn't have them.
The bill would also change laws for those with a concealed handgun license, or CHL. Possessing a firearm on school grounds or at an airport would be upgraded to a Class C felony, even with a concealed license. Signs and online postings would be required to enforce the ban. Greg Fishback, owner of a gun safety training facility in Oregon, says the state needs to do a better job of communicating with gun owners so confusion does not lead to punishment.
It is impossible for the legal gun owner to be able to abide by these rules because the state makes zero effort to educate.
For those who would like to submit written testimony on this bill, you can do so until 3 p.m. on Saturday. Coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll share word from another advocate who would like to see, or whose experience led him to fight for change. For now, live in Salem, Vasily Varlamos, K2 News.
Vasily, see you back here at 6. Thanks for that. Turning now to the 2025 session, in an effort to make sweeping changes to Oregon gun laws, there's new legislation to ban devices like bump stocks, raise the minimum age to own a gun, and add a mandatory 72-hour waiting period when you buy a gun.
Let's get straight to K2's Vasily Varlamos, who joins us live in Salem tonight. And Vasily, this bill also impacts concealed carry license holders.
Yes, Barry, those with a concealed carry license would actually be fully restricted from going to places such as schools, airports, and government buildings. Currently, CHL holders have some access to those facilities. A bill looking to make significant changes to gun laws in Oregon.
It's nice to know that they're finally taking action and finally listening to the voices of Oregonians and ones that have lost loved ones.
The amended bill would ban devices such as bump stocks, require a 72-hour waiting period for those purchasing a gun, and raise the minimum age to possess a gun to 21. The bill would also restrict those with a concealed handgun license, or CHL, from being on school grounds, near an airport, government building, or an adjacent property. Currently, those with the CHL have limited access to those facilities. Jorge Sanchez Batista, a student advocating for the bill, says a shooting near his school several years ago inspired him to try and make schools safer.
There have been either incidents within our schools with students bringing in weapons, or there's been like shootings or homicides near a close proximity from our schools. Just kind of seeing all that kind of got me engaged. Like, okay, I have a higher chance of being killed than anyone else.
Greg Fishback, owner of a gun safety training facility in Oregon, says if this bill passes, he's concerned the CHL holders may violate the law without even knowing it.
It's hit and miss. So you, walking down the street as a concealed carry holder, have absolutely zero knowledge of what is on the building across the street, what government office is inside of that. And if they've invoked this, I can become a felon just walking down the street with zero knowledge.
For those who would like to submit written testimony on this bill, you can do so until 3 p.m. on Saturday. I'll keep you updated on any additional hearings for this bill. For now, live in Salem, Vasily Varlamos, K2 News.